everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Dee and this is Dee's Reading Lounge, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. So I'm not officially calling this Bookmas. However, it may be if I'm able to be consistent. So I do intend on posting one video for 12 days in the month of December. I felt like this would be a good idea for me to do because I'm a new channel, just to have a little bit of fun on my channel, inspire me to be consistent and just get myself out there. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. I'm going to be doing a December TBR. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos or just my channel in general, I don't do TBRs just because, number one, I'm a mood reader. Number two, reading is a hobby, but it's not my only hobby, and I do work full time. So some days I don't read, and I just read generally what I feel like I'm in the mood to read. But this month is a little different because I do have that 8x24 that I am eager to get read. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7. I've got 7 books here that are on my TBR, so to speak. 3 of the books I know I'm going to read for sure, but one book I don't know, but I do have a replacement just in case I'm not in the mood to read that dark and heavy book. And none of these are really Christmas books because I don't even watch or like to watch Christmas movies. I'm just not that girl who's interested in watching Christmas movies. However, I love everything Christmas. I have just decorated my house a little bit. I put up my tree, and you'll see a reading vlog tomorrow of me doing that. And so I love all things Christmas decorations because December, like the winter months are a heavier, darker season for me. I do suffer with seasonal depression, and then Christmas, just the decorations and things like that, just lift my spirit. But I don't do Christmas movies or books, so none of these are Christmas related books. So let's get into it. So the first book that I know I'm gonna read and it's on my 8x24, is Jennifer Lewis, The Black Mother of Hollywood, or The Mother of Black Hollywood. I've had this book ever since she came out with this book. I love her as an actress. I think she seems to be a great person, genuine, and I just want to read more about her. And so that is Jennifer Lewis, The Mother of Black Hollywood. I will be starting this one today, actually. So the next book that I am not sure of, but this one is on my 8x24. I've had this one for a while as well, and it's The Darkest Child. I said I'm not sure about this one because number one, it is a thick book. Number two, it's probably one of the heaviest books in my pile. I love historical fiction, but one downer about reading historical fiction is that they are usually heavy books, good books, but they're generally heavy. I don't know if this one is historical fiction though. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be totally honest, able to read this one. If I'm in the mood to read it, I will read it. If not, we will just have to wait until I'm ready for this book. So The Darkest Child by Dolores Phillips. And if I'm not in the mood to read that book, I have a replacement. So this one is on here just in case I don't feel like reading The Darkest Child. This one is The Townsend Family Recipe for Disaster by Shauna Robinson. This I bought from Barnes & Nobles maybe a month or two ago. It's a family story. I kind of talked about it in another video, so I won't get into the details of the book, but it does center around family and Thanksgiving and a macaroni and cheese recipe. That sounds fun, and so yeah, The Townsend Family Recipe for Disaster. All right, so the next book is a nonfiction, and it's called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I've talked about this book several times here on this channel by Rebecca Skloot. I just need to read this. I've had it for a while, and I just have not read it. They did make this into a HBO film starring Oprah Winfrey and Rose Byrne, but I never saw that. Let me know if you've watched it. But anyway, so I need to go ahead and get this one off my list. All right, another replacement for some of these books, just in case I do not feel like reading heavy books. I chose Beverly Jenkins, a romance novel. And so this is called Josephine, and it was a USA Today bestseller. I've never read any of Beverly Jenkins' romance novels, but I hear that she's the GOAT of romance, and so I've been wanting to read one of her books, and so I just stuck this one in here in my Probable TBR just in case I don't feel like reading or I'm not in the mood to read some of these heavier books. So that's Josephine, and I will read the synopsis of this one. So it says, Josephine Best has it all figured out, just 17. She's been to college. She has her own hairdressing shop, and nothing will distract her from her goals. That is until handsome George Brooks begins to pursue her. Then the return of her childhood nemesis complicates her life even further. No girl is immune to Adam Morgan's charm, but when a wound brings him home from war between the states, it's a girl he used to call Pest who turns the tables. All grown up, Jojo is being courted by another soldier, and Adam knows it. Would be foolish to play with her heart, but he just can't get the ugly duckling turned swan off his mind. So that sounds really good. Josephine by Beverly Jenkins. So this next book I know I'm going to read just because it's a very anticipated book for me. The Yellow Wife by Sadiqa Johnson. I've got several books by this author, never read anything from her, but I just recently saw an interview on how she came up with writing this book, I think. And she actually was inspired by a woman in Virginia. That's my hometown. Virginia, of course, Virginia was heavy into slavery. The Yellow Wife, I won't go into what this is all about because I don't know, and I like it that way. I like to kind of go blind, but everybody says that they love this book. It's heavy, it's heart-wrenching. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this book, but we'll see. And the last book is Homegoing by Ya Gassi. I am going to read this one because it's been on my TBR for a long time. It's not that long, and so I think I'm going to read this one second after I finish Jennifer Lewis's book. So I think this is going to be my first two reads for December. These are the other two that were on my 8 by 24 that I said I wanted to read by the end of 24, but if I'm not in the mood for these two books, these will have to wait another time. And I've chose these books as like replacements for these. I'm not a fast reader at all. I'm not in a rush. Hopefully I'm able to get to all these books, at least the ones that are on my 8 by 24, but if not, we will continue to be reading, even if it takes us a longer time. That's it, you guys. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are about the books. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and be blessed.